I'm about to tell you all this. Fire Matt LaFleur while you still can. Because the last relationship between Aaron and Mike McCarthy is going to happen with Matt LaFleur. Get rid of these people while you still can. Get rid of Matt and get rid of the GM. As far as I'm concerned, Matt LaFleur was supposed to be this defensive genius, and he can't stop Raheem Mostert. I'm convinced that if Dalvin Cook was healthy that game, Green Bay would have been a wild card team. You know they didn't deserve that bye. Either way, these people have ruined Aaron Rodgers' legacy. And you want to know how? I've said it before. They have no owner. They have no Robert Kraft. They don't have no Virginia. They don't have no Jerry Jones. Who the hell? I don't know who the other owners are. Bottom line is this. Do you really think an owner would put up with this shit? It took them that long to fire Mike McCarthy, and it took Aaron to tank a season to get his head coach fired. Meanwhile, I'm like, damn, bruh, you watch Peyton Manning carry 4 worst coaches to 4 Super Bowls and won 2. Meanwhile, you got Aaron Rodgers tanking to get his head coach fired. You could say anything about Peyton Manning. Peyton went to 4 Super Bowls. He went to 4. He has dragged worse coaches than Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy. Brady has some beef with Bill Belichick sometimes, but that's Brady and Bill Belichick there. That's beef. Brady runs the offense. Belichick runs the defense. So, I'm not sure if Aaron Rodgers is getting all the control here. Does Tom Brady got his Gronkowski to come out of retirement and demand a trade to Tampa Bay? Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers can't get his office to get him a wide receiver in the draft. And meanwhile, while I'm seeing Tom Brady, they didn't draft his successor. They didn't do it at all. Neither did they do what Drew Brees in that draft. I understand that they signed Jameis Winston, but here's the thing. They don't know when he's going to retire. He could retire at the end of the next season. It could take 2 years for him to retire. So Jameis Winston is their future. I could go down the coaches that were better than Matt LaFleur. Okay, we're going to leave the 80s out of this because there's no perfect coach seasons. There's no Mike Ditka. Should I include Mike Ditka? I'm just going to say Mike Ditka is better than Matt LaFleur because he did get fired by Virginia McCaskey. At least she can do crap as an owner. Your franchise doesn't even have the owner. Belichick's better than Matt. Sean Payton's better than Matt LaFleur. Matt Nagy's even better than Matt LaFleur. He's more of an offensive genius. And it's not his fault his offense can't do the job. But here's the thing, though. They attacked offensive players, getting Ted and getting more linemen for more trick plays this season. So when I see Matt Nagy, I'm going to think of him as great. Going to do great next year. Even though I want to see that week 1 matchup versus the Lions before I can go far. That Minnesota Vikings coach, he's also better than Matt LaFleur. Hell, even John Gruden's better than Matt LaFleur. I played with John Gruden any day of the week than Matt LaFleur. I could say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. Leaving the 80s out of this again. Brady's better than him, obviously, because I don't even get into debate about it. Peyton already said about it. Brees, and I'm going to say why Drew Brees is better than Aaron Rodgers. When was the last time Drew Brees got blown out in the playoffs game? The last time you remember Drew Brees getting blown off in a playoff game was against Chicago in that NFC Championship game. And ever since then, Drew Brees has not embarrassed himself. Even on his worst day versus the Vikings this year, he still got them to overtime and a Kyle Rudolph push off. Aaron Rodgers gets blown out on the field like he had backup. He looked like a backup this season. You do realize that their 13-3 team was a fraud. That was a fluke. They got stopped by a running back. Their coach is supposed to be a defensive genius, yet he can't even get his team to stop the run. And what are you going to do up against Dalvin Cook? What are you going to do against like Derrick Henry this season? What are you going to do against Kerryon Johnson? What are you going to do against mostly every single running back you face? Because we know you can't stop the run. We know you can't. We saw it in the NFC Championship game. Mostly, when I watch the game, Aaron Rodgers usually loses to these types of quarterbacks. But here's the thing. Jimmy G is nowhere close to being elite. Jimmy G is only average at best. Because he only made the Super Bowl is because of his run game and the fact that it's because of his defense. But here's the thing. His defense isn't that great. They got torched by Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I don't know if it's because Matt Ryan is worthy or it's because he's worthy enough to do it. Aaron Rodgers can't do it. You saw how athletic can this guy be versus the 49ers. Why can't he escape sacks? Why can't he do this? Why can't he look like that one-leg guy against Chicago? Why can't he look like his MVP self? Why can't he look like his Super Bowl MVP self? I'm convinced that if everybody's going to be asking this question in the next 5 years, what if Jay Cutler was healthy that game? What if the Giants did make playoffs if Deshaun Jackson never made that kickoff return touchdown? What if they lost to Matt Ryan? What if the Steelers team was healthy that they faced? I'm going to even Big Ben's better than Aaron Rodgers. Big Ben went to 3 Super Bowls that decade and has won MVP not once but twice. And everybody's saying that he's been carried by Antonio Brown, which I do believe most of the stuff he's been carried by Antonio Brown for the most part. But here's the thing: he's been to 3 Super Bowls and won 2. Bottom line, I can make a case Eli is better than Aaron Rodgers. I can make a case that Kurt Warner is better than Aaron Rodgers. Do I have to bring up Russell Wilson's better than him? The only comparison Russell Wilson is only comparison. And you want to know why? Is their touchdown and interception ratio. And nobody gives a crap about that. Nobody does. At the end of the day, when it's coming to winning games, that's what it matters. But here's the thing. I don't remember the last time Russell Wilson getting blown out in the playoffs. Not that I'm aware of. He came back against Carolina against Cam Newton, but Cam Newton was too good enough to beat him. And no, I'm not going to say Cam Newton's better than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is barely a top 20 at this point. And I can make a case Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers. And I don't need to say why. I already know Brett Favre is better than Aaron because Brett Favre knows what's best for Aaron. He knows he could see the future with him in Green Bay. I hate to be wrong. I would love to be wrong about this. Aaron's never going to win another Super Bowl. Aaron is never going to go back to that Super Bowl. The Packers are nothing but frauds to me. And you want to know why they're frauds? It's because nobody takes them seriously anymore. In the playoffs, did it look like the 49ers took them seriously? They just probably told Raheem Mostert, "Hey yo, we're gonna use you a lot for, and please show us that you can do it in the Super Bowl." I knew the game was over before kickoff. People say that Aaron Rodgers almost came back at the end, but here's the thing: that happened in garbage time. And if you were worried to get all hyped, you did that for no reason. The game was over. The game was over. The game was over. I don't care about his California curse or whatever. I am convinced Jimmy G isn't that worthy enough a quarterback to beat Aaron Rodgers. But here's the thing, though. What if Mahomes was never hurt? Wouldn't Mahomes torch that defense? Because I sure know he would. That dude torched that defense that got torched by Raheem Mostert. Mahomes came back from a 10-point lead in 6 seconds. Aaron Rodgers can't come back from a 27-point lead at halftime. This dude lost at home. Here's the thing. I know he tanked the 2018 season to get Mike McCarthy fired. That's how Green Bay sucks. If that relationship was that bad, why wasn't Mike McCarthy fired years ago? Why wasn't he fired years ago? Why did it take them this long to fire him? I don't know if it's because of the quarterback coach that says, "Hey, yo, Aaron, yo, chill. Take a chill pill, bro." You know what's best. Stay calm. And they fired the quarterback coach. And Aaron Rodgers is like, "You know what? I'm not happy. And we're going to see how many games I'm going to win because I'm not happy at all." He tanked. His first ever tanking was against Josh. No, Josh Rosen's at the end. Kirk Cousins won his first ever Sunday Night Football game against these bums. He torched that defense that bad. Josh Rosen torched that defense too. But here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers on his worst day should not lose to Josh Rosen in that rookie season. Would Drew Brees lose to Josh Rosen? Answer me now. Would Drew Brees lose to Josh Rosen? Even on Drew Brees' worst day, would lose to Josh Rosen. And even on the Arizona Cardinals team. The dude that got benched for Vince Magic, the team that got the number 1 first overall pick was able enough to beat Aaron Rodgers. And that is sad. Even without Aaron Rodgers, you went into overtime and you came back against an 0-16 Browns. That is just sad. You almost ruined 0-16 for us. What makes you think you're going to ruin the 0-16 Jaguars this season? Is Aaron going to look bad? How are you going to let Aaron Rodgers be that same guy as before? Maybe let him run the offense a bit? But here's the thing. Matt LaFleur already says he's going to run the offense. Unbelievable. Aaron, get the hell out of there. Go to the Chargers, go to the Bears, go to the Vikings, go do whatever you have to do, Aaron. Because right now they don't give a fuck about you. They do not care about you because they draft your successor in the first round. After they give you a contract extension. Which I don't understand why Aaron Rodgers is signing contracts or contract extensions with this team he doesn't like. Even if he doesn't like Mike McCarthy, he signed a lot of extensions before the firing of Mike McCarthy. And he stayed with the team that did him dirty. But here's the thing why Aaron Rodgers has been to the playoffs more than Drew Brees. The only playoffs that Aaron Rodgers has missed is the 2017 season because of his injury. Okay, I'll get that why. And the 2018 season where he tanked to get his head coach fired. Aaron Rodgers has only been to the playoffs because his division sucked until this decade. His division sucked. The only reason why Drew Brees missed the playoffs is because his division is more competitive than the NFC North at that time. Because you got MVP Matt Ryan, you got MVP Cam Newton. I don't know I don't know if Tampa was great or not that decade, but I'm sure that they were kinda. kind of competitive. And Drew Brees had the second worst defense in the NFL that season, but he still won 7 games and had was it fourth quarter winning drives or something like that. Aaron Rodgers gets blown. Aaron Rodgers can't even lead his team to a fourth quarter comeback or a second quarter comeback against the 49ers when his team needs it the most. Why not do it before the game? Aaron Rodgers got blown out like he a backup, man. And he's going to play like a backup this season. You can't take any more this season to get rid of Matt LaFleur. You can't tank anymore because they do not care about you. I would say fake an injury, but that's another excuse to bring Matt LaFleur back. And some Packers fans are going to disagree that he was the first head coach to get us the NFC Championship. Why was your first rookie head coach that great and he couldn't stop the run? He couldn't not stop the run. The game is over. The game was over. I do not care about this Green Bay Packers team. You know the Saints deserve that bye. They didn't deserve that bye after how ugly they played this season. But here's the thing. The only quarterbacks that he has lost to that season are average quarterbacks, like Carson Wentz, overrated, and he's injury prone. Phillip Rivers, he's nowhere nearing being close to elite, and he's washed. He's washed. And he lost to Jimmy G, which I already explained why. He isn't elite. He's only average at best. And he got exposed by an average quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. I am convinced that week 1, Dalvin Cook's going to run over that defense. I don't know about Kirk Cousins torching that defense, but I know they can't stop the run. And here's the thing. How are you going to protect Aaron Rodgers against Anthony Barr? Don't say you did it last year. You do it again this year. Anthony Barr might even trunk over that lineman to get Aaron Rodgers. And forgive me if I'm saying this. What if Aaron Rodgers does get hurt that game? You're going to wish that maybe if we had more linemen, he probably would have never been hurt. Okay, that's the problem with Green Bay. That's the problem with Green Bay. They have no owner. And do you really think Jerry Jones would allow this shit? Do you really think Robert Kraft would allow this type of shit? He fired Bill O'Brien after Tom Brady cursed him out. You really think Virginia would tolerate this shit even though she gets on my damn nerves sometimes? After that Sunday night massacre by Green Bay, she went in her room and started crying. She was like, why is he this bad? Why is he this bad? She was that pissed off that night. And if I recall, she might have fired the head coach. I don't even know. Maybe she did. She most likely did. I don't know. But Green Bay Packers fans, mark my words. You are going to go 8-8 and we'll miss the playoffs. Bottom line, Aaron Rodgers, the only reason why Brady can be washed up is because he's more older than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is washed. Aaron Rodgers lost. He didn't look like himself this season, except for the Raiders game. But that's it. That's all. Peace.